So 46 Democrats got together to present a bill that would update the registry. It's a very small piece of immigration statute that is actually a big deal, and it's remained frozen for about 35 years. So to explain what the registry is, why it matters, and what this bill would do, I have Harold Solis here. So, let's start with the basics. In the undocumented populations, the registry or el registro is a well-known thing, but outside of that population, very few people know what it is. What does the registry do?
Registry is actually a very well-settled part of our immigration laws. It's been around in different forms for almost 100 years. And what it basically does is that over the years, it's allowed long-term residents to essentially apply for a green card.
So let's start with the fact that most undocumented immigrants don't have a path to getting clean papers. Would you say that comparing the registry to a statute of limitations, is that accurate?
That's pretty accurate. The essential function is that after the requisite number of years, the government basically is permitted at that point to allow a person to seek permanent residence. And in effect, that prevents that person from having to worry, right, after those number of years that they're going to be deported suddenly. So that's why it does function like a little bit like a statute of limitations, in that after years have passed, this is one less thing you have to worry about.
So I know Congress, they first introduced the registry and said everyone in the country before 1921 is allowed to apply for permanent residency. Then they changed that to, I think, 1928, 1940. But this bill, it doesn't mark a specific date. It provides for a rolling registry. Tell us a little bit of what a rolling registry is and how it would work.
A rolling registry is basically a self-executing mechanism, right? It would allow for a person to be able to say, I've been here 7 years. I've established my ties to this community for 7 years. Therefore, I can apply for permanent residency.
And this 7-year rolling registry, would it be a comprehensive immigration reform? Would it fix the ills of our immigration system?
Registry, like I said, is really geared towards long-term residents. It doesn't talk about the problems with our immigration court system, with our enforcement problems. The reality has been that we today have a huge population, a group of people who, for all intents and purposes, have been living here for decades, but on the margins of our society, in the shadows. So that's what registry would essentially try to address, right? To correct this wrong and create a path for them to be seen in the eyes of the law. And the truth of the matter is that registry, unlike most other immigration proposals that have been proposed over the years, it's been part of our laws for 100 years, basically. And it's a question of updating it, bringing it forward to the 21st century.
Finally, what do you think are the political prospects? Congress hasn't really legislated on immigration in the sense of strong immigration reform since 1996. Does it stand a chance?
I think the reality is that it's a now or never kind of moment for people in our community. After having lived through the years of the Trump administration and having placed so much confidence in the Biden-Harris campaign, our people are demanding this now. This needs to happen now.
Well, Harold Solis, Deputy Legal Director of Make the Road New York, thank you for helping us explain this minute but super important little bit of immigration statute.
Of course. Thanks for having me.